right, good morning, everybody. Today we're getting ready to go out on a job. We're going to go to a customer's house, fix a dent on a Ford Mustang. It's an older one, 2006. This one was a referral from a body shop. After that, we're going to go market to some body shops today and go from there. We'll bring you along the journey and see how things going. So first of all, we're going to get our ice. Got to have ice for your cooler. We got our snacks. Let's get it going. And if you could, please subscribe, leave a like. Let me know what you think on the comment section below. I always enjoy those comments and the feedback from you guys out there. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. All right, we're heading off to the workshop. Let's go make a little bit of money, help some people out, get people dent free. Hashtag dent free Raleigh, if you know what I'm saying. I got the new GoPro 8 here. I don't know what it is. Anyways, black or something, but I'm trying this time warp thing out. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying this time warp feature on this bad boy. But it's kind of difficult using GoPro editing and all that stuff, but I'm learning. But it's making my videos better. That's what I used on this video here and my last video with that BMW fender. But when we get there, we are going to assess the damage. I'm assuming when I get there, the damage is going to be bigger than what the lady said. Okay, we're here at the customer's house. We have a 2006 Ford Mustang on this quarter panel here. As you can see, got a dent. Well, it's pretty much, I don't think it's going to have much access because of the taillight. I'll show you, and the gas lid. So I think that's going to stop us. So we have a couple options. We're going to glue pull this thing is what we're going to do. We're not going to drill a hole here because we don't do that unless it's absolutely 100% necessary and we get written permission from the customer. And it's raining, which is not cool. Another option you could do, go inside the wheelhouse, find a plug, something like that, which you don't really see anything. So that's probably not an option. We could drill a hole in there and plug it and corrosion protect it, but we're not going to do that either. We're going to go full on glue pull. As you can see right there, it's got a little bit of paint scuff mark. We're going to get that out. But overall, not a bad dent. Not very bad at all. This one's cool to have right here. I think you can get it from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's just quick and easy to get things out of your vehicle. Just to know the ones you know you're going to use a lot. Now that we got her. Okay, so these are 3 mini lifters I use. The Kiko Robo Lifter. I'm not sure who makes this, but it's great because it's a spring and the knob adjusts easily. And that spring right there is what's great about it. And it goes, this thing, I don't know what it's called, but it comes down further. And then the A1, it's my first one I ever had. I like it still. Spring's not as great as this one, but they both serve their purpose once you get used to it. And this was great if you can get the piece that goes all the way through where you can slide your long crease tabs through there. And I lost that, so I had to get another one. And my battery died on my glue gun, which is unfortunate. And my torch, which I'm going to be using to clean the humidity and the moisture off the panel before I glue pull it. And of course, guys, got to have your Mobotech shade. It's a must-have, and your Stucky light. Let's see what it looks like in the light. Yeah, definitely much bigger than an inch when you see it in the light. And I knew it was much bigger than that. The lady was adamant it was the size of her thumb. So, being a new customer, referred from a body shop, I gave her the benefit. And I marked it as a 1-inch dent on a body line. So, that's probably every bit of 4 to 5 inches. Because here, like a high spot here, and then you got the high spot right here. So from there to there, that's every bit of. Let's find out. Let's go get a tape measure. The back makes it easier to see the crown. And if you have a line board, it makes it even better. there. Right about somewhere in that region. Okay, so let's get a tape measure. Let's see what we got. Here to here, 4 inches. Okay, so 4 inches versus 1 inch on a body line. Okay, first step in the prep process before you glue pull, you can either heat the panel or clean it off with alcohol. I use denatured alcohol, like I've said before. I love it because it cleans well, and that's why I use it. It stinks, but who cares? So after I spray it, I hit it down with my torch. I like to get the panel warm, around 90, 100 degrees, where you can feel it with your hand. You can, once you do this long enough, you can feel it. It's like, oh, that's too hot, or yeah, that's a good temperature. Let me put some glue on there, because if it's too hot, that glue is going to stay in its melted state for too long of a period of time, and it's going to be frustrating, and you're going to be waiting and losing time. Got my little Black Plague crease tab with a little bubble gum glue. Put it directly on the body line, because you want to try to pull that body line up first before you pull anything else, because that body line is what holds the dent down. You get the body line up, the rest of the dent, or the majority of the rest of that dent, is going to come up with it, leaving you less work in the end. And I kind of messed up here using these robo feet, because I really don't use this at all, and I put a dent in the freaking panel, making my job a little bit more difficult, but you know, that happens. That's why we try new tools and use them and see what we can do. It just happens. But you can see a lot of the dent came out. I would say maybe 20% of it. And I'm going to reapply this crease tab just below the body line, because that's where the darkest spot was, which is the lowest spot using the fog or the light method. And I'm going to pull that up, which allows me to, I don't even know why I did that, honestly. I should have went back and attacked the body line, but I messed up here. My bad. I didn't get the body line up high enough before I pulled this part right here. You know, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. So, shoot, I wish I was. I'd be probably a miserable life. Let's be realistic here. Okay, back at it. Yeah, you can see those little low spots on the top and bottom of that body line. Not fun. Not fun at all. Nice little high spot there at the bottom. We're going to tap that down, release some of that pressure around it, bringing those lows slightly up. At least that's what you try to do in theory. At least that's what I try to do. Sometimes I just make stuff up as I'm going. I don't really know what I'm doing half the time. You just got to make it look good. That's all. What I'm doing here, I'm kind of blending the panel in. They're very soft crowns on the outer edge of the dent. I'm just tapping that down to kind of bring up the center or the lowest part of the dent. And you can see where I just circled. It's a very small high spot. It's kind of round. I don't know really how to describe it. Just a soft high spot, and that's what I'm tapping down. I usually use a really blunt tip, like the big Dentcraft blue knockdown tips. I don't even know what they're called, H24s or 36s. I don't even know. You can look it up on their dentcrafttools.com website, and they have a lot of tips on there. Here I'm using one of the dead center ice tabs I use for hell a lot, and I'm for doing rails or whatever. But these are great for pulling really sharp lows or really small lows, and it's just going to get that center part of where the stem is of the tab. That's really what it's going to pull. It's not going to pull the circular flat part where the glue's at, and that's the brilliant design behind those tabs. I mean, it's, dude, award-winning, man. I mean, if there was some kind of award-winning prize for glue tabs, these people, they nailed it. I mean, kudos to Kiko, and man, they hit a home run with these tabs. So glue pulling really doesn't, I don't really like glue pulling, and it's not my favorite thing. And I noticed that it was just kicking my butt. So I said, you know what? Hey, Mrs. Customer, how do you feel about me engineering an access pilot hole? Not too bad so far. We had to drill a hole, no big deal. Dent's almost out. Having a great day. And of course, you know I had to go with the R4 cherry tip. I mean, it's my go-to tool. I don't know why, but I enjoy this thing. Allows me to push a lot of metal at once. And I'm going to attack those lows, those little dark lows you see right there. Those are the first thing I'm going to hit. As you can see, I did take the wheel off the vehicle, and I had to do that so I can engineer a pilot hole. And that's how I phrase it. I don't say drill a hole, I say engineer a pilot hole, which allows me to get better access to the backside of the panel. Hey, it's all about verbiage, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. You gotta learn to use those words. That's why I'm learning, man. But you can see the very faint low right there. We're gonna take care of that with the cherry tip and the sharp tools, and we're gonna work it in multiple directions here. We're gonna work it from the bottom vertically, visually, and we're gonna cross-check it horizontally from that way, and then we're gonna cross-check it vertically from the backside when we tap it down with our knockdown tools. So we're going to cross-check this in every different direction we possibly can. And when you do that, it allows you to get much cleaner repairs, especially when you put your light far away when you're finishing out the dent. That's the key. So as you can see here, we got the R4 cherry tip, and we're pushing all those lows. I don't really mind over pushing as long as I get those little gray lows, those little gray spots. Yeah, so there you have it. Now you know what the gray low spots I've been talking about all this time. Of course, I don't mind over pushing because I can easily just tap it down. I'd rather over push with the blunt tips like the R4 versus over pushing with a sharp tip. Because you over push with a sharp tip, I mean you're gonna be killing yourself. Let's just be realistic here. This is a little knockdown I got from Edgy Tools. I think it's like, I don't know. It's a great little knockdown. It's a flat head, flat radius, so you can knock down larger areas at once. And then I transitioned from this to my homemade knockdown I got from Lowe's or Home Depot. And I just got a punch chisel set, and I just grinded them down to where they're really sharp, and allows me to knock down really, be more precise and precision PDR, I guess that's what you can say. Be more precise with your tap downs. Now there is a caution. That thing has to be perfectly flat when it hits that panel, or you're going to create little dimples in the texture of the clear coat. So that just comes with practice every time. No big deal. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my light back a little further. And when I do this, you can actually see the dent gets bigger. Because the further you put that light back, the easier it is to see all the low spots. I'm sure you already know that by now, but I'm just letting you know. See right there. You can see how dark it is. It's really dark. That means it's still low. So I got this light here. My face is going to be in the way for just a little bit. You get to see that while I'm... Okay. So it looks like it's done here. It really does, doesn't it? But it's not. Take a look. There we go. Zoom in. Okay. You see all those low spots and little tiny high spots and valleys? Right. There you go. You can see it much better now. That's what we have to clean up. That's why it's important to cross-check multiple angles and get as close to the panel as you can, and your light as far away as possible. See it? I mean, with that, it looks really decent. Still got a lot of work to do. That's all that really matters. So, as you can see, I zoomed in on it for you. It's really far back, but I did zoom in so you can really see what's going on. You can see those low spots, those little high spots. It looks like I over pushed, and I'm missing my lows all over the place because I don't know what I'm doing. But what I'm really doing here is I was cross-checking it from the bottom to the top. So I was pushing different areas of the dent that do not show up from this point of view. So that's why it looks like I'm pushing, over pushing in different spots. It's just way I'm cross-checking. That's why you have to cross-check multiple angles and do it often. Otherwise, you're going to create cornrows, valleys, and you're not going to know why is there, and you're not going to know how to get it out unless you cross-check multiple angles. As many angles as you can cross-check, the better it's going to be for you and your repairs. And your customers are going to love you. They're going to think you're the greatest in the world. And that's what you want. You want your customers to think you're the greatest in the world. You don't have to be the greatest, but you want them to be, dang, I hope I don't ever have to see you again, but I know who to call. And that should be your goal. And when you do that, you know you got something going for yourself. And honestly, watching this makes me want to have to fix that low spot. Just by watching this video and editing it. As I'm editing it, I want to fix it so bad. So I know you guys want to fix it while you're watching it on YouTube. It's hilarious. Okay, a little tech tip for you to get really close to the panel. Open the door. Then you can get inside the door here, and then you're really close to the dent. See that? You can really get inside here and get really close to it, which makes it much better for you to fix that dent. See what I mean? It's easier on your body to get inside the door if you can. So it's 3M undercoating. So rubberized, protects from corrosion and abrasion for use on undercarriages, wheel wells, and fenders. Part number 08881. So this is this is where they go. This black stuff is that. That is that from the factory. And you can see we resprayed it to help with the corrosion protection as well. And we put some wax on the inside of that before we put the plug in too. So, and I'll show you that real quick. This was the wax I used, Rust Fighter 3M. Part number 08892, Rust Fighter 1. It's good stuff to use. I have a bunch of other ones down in there for other tasks. Okay, so the customer came out. She was talking to me. She was very excited about the repair. Thankful that we came out and was able to come to her home and do it. She paid cash, which is always beautiful. You love to see it. And make sure when you're putting the wheel back on, make sure you tighten those lug nuts up. Don't over torque them, but tighten them up to where they need to be. SLX80A. It's a flex head snap-on. 1/2-inch drive, and there's a snap-on sockets. It has a 19 and a 21 on each end. This is the 19, this is 21. use this to take off tires. You don't have to go this route, but it helps. There's the after. Beautiful. Looks good. Open the door to show you we didn't drill anything in the door. Drilled nothing. There's a little access hole from the factory. And that's it. Okay, so the car turned out very well. The customer was ecstatic. She actually said she did review or looked on the websites to see if she could find local people, and most of them were in Raleigh. I used to live here like literally a mile up the road from her, and I moved to North Raleigh, and she said she didn't want to call anyone in Raleigh because she didn't want to have to go out that far. So she went to the body shop I serviced in last summer, and they recommended her, and she said she felt bad because I drove all the way from North Raleigh. But she's very happy. She said she'll refer us, and I'm happy too because the dent came out great, and she paid cash, which is always beautiful. And yeah, so I'm very happy. On to the body shops, and let's go talk to some body shops and see if we can build something. Let's just keep going. All right, so we have stopped at 2 body shops. We spoke to both of them. Probably, I don't know how long I was there, 30 minutes at the first one and about 15 at this one, and we talked and saying I'm back in town, you know, no more hell, we're going to stay home and work the retail route and just try to build relationships with these guys locally, and we're going to keep going. It was very receptive. They were very receptive, and the last one I just left, they said, it was a pleasure. I'm glad you stopped by. You made my day. You made my day, they said. It was awesome. But they're great people. All these guys I go see, they're all great people, everyone. And when I do, I just ask them about, you know, what we've ever talked about in the past. How's things going in their life? How's their, you know, some of them said they were buying a beach house. I asked them about that, how things been going with their beach house. How's fishing going? You know, we have that in common. We both like to go to the ocean, both shops. Ask them about that. You know, just try to relate to them on a personal level and a business level as well. And that's what you want to do. It's not easy at first. It takes a lot of practice. And once you start developing the relationship with them, they'll be more open with you in discussion on other levels of different things like that. But yeah, it's just business at the end of the day. Make sure you keep it that. And yeah.